Yeah. Doritos. Come here, Frank. This guy's out here cutting the lawn. This is the guy who spends most of the time on his phone with the machine running. I appreciate you caring enough for me to be here today. Guess we're going to be positive today, right? Positive, I like Doritos. Nope. Next press, I mean squeeze my titty and make milk come out. Yeah, that. Yeah, it's expressing. This guy's been working on the same spot. There's no more grass there, buddy. No more grass. Last night for dinner, 9 giant slices of Elio's pizza. Really, like, just 3 decent sized. I didn't even bother cutting them in thirds. I just put all 3 on a plate. And just picked it up like an animal and ate it. Mm-hmm. Chicken fajitas are fucking delicious. 3 sections of 3 per box. Yeah. And they call it 9 slices of pizza. But really, it's 3 slices of square pizza. Squares are more corner slide or middle than slice per se. It's more of a rectangle. Like 2 of the 3 slices makes a square. But then you add that extra piece, makes it a rectangle. So 2 of them have 3 sides of crust. I didn't call it crust. You know, it goes to the end, so a little more burnt. And the other one, the middle piece, only has the top and the bottom. That's my least favorite piece. Semantics, I know, per se. It's still good cheap pizza though. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I don't know how cheap it is. Could be really expensive. I don't even know. I don't pay for it. I haven't had pizza in a while though. I think we're going to dinner tonight. I took nothing out for dinner. There's not a lot of food in the house. I mean, there's a ton of food in the house, but nothing that I'm interested in. And I said to my wife, I didn't take anything out. There's no meat in the house. There is, but it's just like this giant thing of ribs and pork loin, a giant slab of meat. No, like 1 pound ground chuck Buddha. And she's like, well, we can find something at the house to eat tonight. Something else. We can go to dinner. We can order something. I'm like, you know what? Call me on your way home from work. We'll figure it out. I'm thinking of going out though. Except you never know. My wife is not a big going to the Chinese restaurant. She's not a big Chinese restaurant fan. She's not a buffet fan. She's not usually a pizza place fan. It can be cheap because growing up, my parents would never buy Ilios. They'd buy the ShopRite version. The stuff's so awful the cheese doesn't melt. Yeah. You know what? That's pretty much what I also had a lot of. So, I get it. So at Publix, the box of pizza, like I ordered $4.99. So yeah, we grew up really, really poor. If because what was that? Probably that 49 cents a box of that pizza. My dad used to freak out if we ordered from Naples Pizzeria in the Junction in Belford if we didn't do the Friday night $5 pizza special. And that was a lot, $5, but it was the only pizza place around at that time. And he would never get it delivered because that cost money. So he would send me or my brother when we got our licenses to drive, or before we had our licenses, he would drive, but then we'd have to go in and pay for and get the pizza. Ah, you lose pizza. My wife is supposed to order. One of my pills is running out, and I need it before we go away to Tampa next week. So it's like, hey, Walmart said my pills were in, and they deliver them for free. But then she also puts in an order of food a lot of times. I'm thinking I want one of those giant Walmart pizzas, but then I'd have to eat it before next Wednesday when we leave because her nephew's coming, Austin, who used to live here, till we threw him out. He's coming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to hang out with the cats. God forbid the cats spend any time alone. I'm like, the cats are fine for 4 days. All they do is lay in the window. You throw a shitload of food down. They're fine. But yeah. So that's what's happening. So and I don't want him to eat my giant pizza because he weighs like 80 pounds. So he'll make it and then he'll either eat it over like 4 days or he'll eat it and then waste it. Whip up some English muffin pizzas. Man, I haven't done that since I was like in high school. John Adele used to. Every time I would go to John Adele's house, he would make them. Fucking delicious. I don't have any English muffins though. We do have a roll of pizza dough and the pizza sauce, the little can. So one of these days we should really make some fucking pizzas. That would be delicious. Delicious. Oh, grab a Stouffer's French bread pizza. Those are good. I like those. I like those. You know, I'm gonna say I'm a little disappointed in DiGiorno lately. It seems like the pizzas are smaller. The box is still the same size, but the pizza is a lot smaller, and it just doesn't have as much toppings on it that it used to. And even with the stuffed crust, I'm still like, yeah, yeah, is what I say. Pizza bar, yeah. Make your own pizza bar. Put it all together and put it in the oven. There you go. MondoCon 2026 pizza bar. I would eat that. Just making sure it's positive Friday up in here before I sit down. Definitely is. We're talking about pizza. You can't really get negative talking about pizza. What's the expression? There's no such thing as bad sex or bad pizza. We usually grab Aldi's pizza. They're typically disappointing, so no surprises. Total positive. I don't think I've ever had a pizza from Aldi's. Is it like an Aldi's brand pizza? The problem with Aldi's is any Aldi's when you go, you love something and then they don't have it the next time and it just will never ever come back again. There was a shrimp in some kind of sauce or something. My wife bought me a box and I loved it. Like, get me like 5 of these, and then she, like literally 2 days later she goes back and that spot was something completely different. And it is anytime we go into Aldi's, I always look in the frozen uh, section there, and they never have it. What are you doing? Had to take a break from unfriending, so let's talk about books and stuff and all the bad music you guys love. It's Positive Friday, and we positively listen to great music. I would say unlike you, Chad, but it's Positive Friday, so you know what? Whatever you listen to, that's fine as long as you love it. I mean, that's really all that's important. Speaking of music that I don't like, I'm reading the REM biography. And it's interesting. It's always interesting, even if you read about a band you don't like. It's always interesting, especially their beginnings. You know how they got together, and this was pretty. It's pretty good because it is in depth with the songwriting and um, all the other stuff, all the various club shows and different things they did, and they're hanging out with other bands. I think it's actually pretty good. I'm about I don't know. I'm about a third of the way through it. So it's a big book. It's like 400 pages. It's fucking huge. I think your Dungeons and Dragons or your D&D. Yo, thank you. On a positive note, it was one of the greatest cartoons ever when I was a kid. It's usually Mama Koozie or some nonsense. Picture if Banquet made frozen pizzas at a Popeyes. Ah, okay. Next time we're in an Aldi's, we'll check that out. We're normally not in an Aldi's. There's a couple Aldi's near us, but not close enough. So, suffice it to say, for I have no idea what we're doing for dinner tonight. It's pretty much going to be up to her. Because if it was up to me, I'd be like, you know what? I had Chinese buffet yesterday for lunch, and guess what? I'll have it for dinner again. Or let's go to the Italian buffet place. I like that place. I have all the D&D cartoon episodes on DVD. Have you watched them? Do they hold up? Because we were like, I don't know, 12 or 13 maybe when that came out. I don't even know what year that came out. I watched them all every week when they came out. But do they hold up? The other one I used to love watching, two I used to love watching, Star Blazers and G-Force. Those friggin' cartoons from Japan were just killer. I haven't actually watched them, so no idea if they hold up. I bought them for my kids like 10 or 12 years ago. Yeah. You just wonder if they're... I would never go back and watch them just on the off chance that they were just god-awful to my 55-year-old brain, and I'd be like, oh, then I just would ruin the magic that it is in my head. I mean, I'm wearing a shirt. My kids never watched them either, so they said, there you go. They're probably worth millions now. You could sell them to somebody else, they'll pay you top dollar for it, and then they'll never watch it. Those DVDs will never get watched. Wait a minute. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe, and also to please follow me on YouTube. More videos went up this week, and more videos will go up next week and the rest of this week. So there you go. All right, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to knock off this page. Now what are you doing? Now he's using a blower, but he's got the blower on, right? And he's also got his phone, and he's talking to somebody with a blower going in his hands. Just get off the damn phone for 5 minutes. Tell that bitch to call her back. Positively. Tell her positively. It's Positive Friday. Back hurts. I gotta take my leg and back pain relief and hope it knows where it's gotta go, you know? A couple of those under the tongue. Yeah, positive. I'm positive he needs to get off the phone. He actually is off the phone now. See? That's positive. I guess no Nick. I keep these pills under my tongue until they dissolve. No Nick. I'm on another page, Nick. Next page, Nick's in. Next page. Tom Duffy in the house. Tom, how you feeling? You've had a couple of bad days there. I'm working on the second page of our book. Then I gotta go back to the other one. I got a chapter to finish on that. Was busy watching Dungeon Dragon cartoons. I don't want to watch them. I think they're gonna be bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. They were great when I was a kid. All right, so I'm almost done with chapter 26. Did I finish 25? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, just got to get to this next page, finish this next page on this one. There's the line, so I'm going to cross that line. I wasn't actually a huge fan of the cartoon when I was a kid because of how they modernized it and used the whole time travel thing. It just didn't match up with my D&D experiences of fighting orcs and kobolds with magic missile. Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, all the characters were cheesy, but again, it was Dungeons and Dragons, and I was a freaking Dungeons and Dragons nerd back then. Tom says, absolute worst flare up I've ever had. Barely could get out of bed. Still not 100% yet, but I can sit and type at least. So that's good. You need to see a fucking doctor already. Enough of this. Go see a freaking doctor and they can prescribe some meds or something. You need to get some damn help. You're not getting any younger. You certainly aren't getting any better looking. Next page, Nixon! Next page. I did, however, have some of the figures as well as the playset. As did I. As did I. I think I got them for Christmas. Whatever year that was. I went through a period where I was a big fan of the miniatures. Paint all the little miniatures. And I did an awful job painting them. I still have them because I have this box somewhere within another box in the garage. And it has all kinds of weird stuff. It has a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons stuff. It has probably like 30 or 40 of the die-cast metal. Ralpartha was the company I was very big into. So I would order all of theirs because they had some really cool looking orcs that I painted horribly. There's also in that box, I know there's also a one of those, what, I don't know what you call them. Chad, you would know what you call them. The little plastic swastika like things for records. That if you had a record you wanted to put on a turntable, but the record's hole was big, so you would put that in the middle. It was like yellow and plastic, and you put that anyway. There's one or two of those in there. Yeah, you'd snap them in there, exactly. So there's a couple of those in there. All kinds of just random, weird little things. I don't even know what they are anymore. But I always hold on to that box. I always just, I'm like, what's in this box again? I'll go, oh, my Dungeons and Dragons figure. I remember when I moved in here and Shelly was like, you're going to keep that? I'm like, yeah, this is like 40 years old, these things. So yeah, these are all being kept. Frank, in case you were wondering, I still have the hotcake syrup. Still in my possession. Yeah, they better stop with all the work stuff. Okay, this isn't why you're there. So this is, I just got to finish up a few more lines of this. Per se, is that your saying of the your 2 words of the day, your 4 words of the day? Come on, spell right. Sometimes it just completely goes off the rails. I'm trying to the word, and I'm like 1 letter over. I'm into cadence and callbacks. I don't even know what that means. Is that like a Nickelback cover band or something? I think it's pronounced Coheed and Cambria. Could be wrong. Coheed is one of the better bands to come out in the last 15 years, though I'll admit I've lost interest over the years with those first three albums. Wowza. I never really got into them. I never really heard anything that I was like, I want to hear more. Apparently, last night in Jacksonville, I didn't even realize until too late. Not that I would have gone anyway, but Billy Milano's SOD was in town at a shitty little club downtown. And my buddy Dave Popeye, who went, said the place was friggin' packed. It was mostly dudes our age. Packed. I asked him if he talked shit uh, about anybody from the band, but he didn't. He hasn't gotten back to me yet. I would imagine you give Billy Milano a microphone, he's going to talk shit about people. All right. Chapter done. Pow, as the young kids say. Pow. I might even get another. I'm going to get another page in because the next chapter, chapter 27, I'm almost to that. I saw a Reese Milano interview and he spilled everything, didn't hold back one bit, and made those Anthrax guys look unbearable. I'm wondering if that was the same interview we talked about. Came out a couple months ago. We talked about it at length here. Yeah, Nick. 3 pages. Hold me back. I have a Secret Service agent in this one. I named them Roger. Well, I mean, why wouldn't you? Actually, yes, I think I was here. So is that the same interview, or has he done it multiple times? Because that was a great interview. I did it. I did it, Mr. Zinn. I got to another page. The personality like a shoe was in my head last night. Yeah. Yeah. Personality like a shoe. Next page again, Nick Zinn. Next page again. Did you see the two recent uh, anthology and magazine that I'm in? I have short stories in these two. Both horror short stories. Because I have to finish this book this month, and I'm also writing on the other thing with Tom, I feel like I'm not going to get any short stories in, and then go into Nink next week. So but I'm going to come out kicking and screaming once we get into October. Try to write a bunch of short stories that month. Plus, October 1st is the beginning of my fiscal writing year, so I want to hit the ground running. You know, boots on the ground. Ground control to Major Tom. All of that. Run to the hills. Yeah, that. All right, so this is the second page of this. So this is 27. So if I can get this chapter done today, maybe. Up Spam Risk calling, Jimmy Spam Risk. My wife is going to print up. She has the first 16 chapters printed of this because I need her to do beta first read on it. And so my goal is to, if I can get like 30 chapters done, by the time we go to Nink, she can lie on the beach and read. If she wants. So, and I can send her another 10 chapters at least today. I have until about 4 o'clock. So, but I don't work on it. I can't just go, no, I can't work on anything else because I'm only working on this. It just doesn't work. When I was a kid, I was all like, I like that Iron Maiden song, Over the Hill. I was a poster. Yeah, I like that song. Over the hill. Oh, I got a visual voicemail. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want your loan. I don't want your loan, and you cannot have my random book. You keep naming books, some of them anthologies, that your company wants to make movies about. Blah blah blah. Shut up. Nobody even makes movies anymore. I watched not this week's episode, but last week's episode. I'm trying to catch up because I was away. Of Alien Earth. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm a fan. I've always been an Alien fan. Even the movies that really weren't up to spec. Even like Predators versus Alien, it's stupid. But This show is good. I like it. So I'm probably going to Sunday, while my wife is at her mom's all day, I will probably watch the episode from this week, which would be nice. We want to make Socks into a Hallmark movie. Oh wait, we have the wrong number. If they called for that, I'd be like, "Yep, I wrote it. Yep, it's me. How much you gonna? How much you offering?" And then Tom will be next in like next December. Tom will be sitting on his couch, and he'll be just watching Hallmark Christmas movies because he loves those. And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, that's weird. There's a Christmas movie with that chick, whatever her name is, with the little. She got the little squirrel mouth that's in all of those movies, and it's called Socks. That's interesting." And then about half an hour into it, right after the first act is done, he'll realize with horror, "This is my book. Why is Armand's name on this?" I could 100% see that happening. Positive, it'll be happening. I will not be on tomorrow. Going down to see my mom. Hang out with her. I haven't seen her since Shelly's birthday party about a month ago. So we'll go down there. And there's also, probably about 2 miles away from where she lives, is a new bookstore that opened about 4 months ago. So I'm going to go check out the bookstore, introduce myself. Even though I don't want to ever do book signings or anything, it'd still be nice to just introduce myself. Say it like that. And then come home later, get a little bit of writing in later on, but I don't want to do the whole Twitch thing. But then I should be on Sunday all day, most of the day. Who knows? We watched a couple of episodes last night of one of those, I love those border shows. I forget the name of Contraband, one of those. Love those shows. People try to get in and out of Mexico or from like Detroit into Canada or Canada into Detroit or whatever. I love those shows. And there's one guy he always says when he stops the car, no, they're not water shows. They're border shows. Border crossing, not water crossings. He says, "Do you have anything to declare?" And I always say, "I do declare." And my wife says, "Stop doing that." I said, "See, I would be arrested if we try to get into Mexico." Because I would say something like that, and the guard would either laugh or I would be arrested. You do that, exactly. I haven't seen anybody doing it yet, though, on the show. It's a lot of very large women who stuff subscription pills into their hoo-ha and then get caught. "Sir, how many churros do you have in the trunk?" So those shows, like I watched that one. I can't remember the name of the other one, but it's like something, and it's the airplane one where they're flying into different places, and the amount of Hoo Ha by Tom Duffy, exactly, love that book. Hallmark movie coming this Christmas. The amount of people from certain countries, Japan, China, places like that, okay, Mongolia, they're like flying to New Zealand, and they have like 6 suitcases. There's 2 old people, a couple. So they're like, "All right, we got to stop these because why do you need 6 suitcases?" 4.5 suitcases are filled with food. Most of it you're not allowed to bring into New Zealand. New Zealand's very strict. You cannot bring avocados into New Zealand. I learned that. I don't eat avocados, but even if I did, I would never. Obviously, New Zealand has their own avocados. And I'm just like, well, how long are you gonna be? They're like, how long are you gonna be in the country? Oh, 4 days. And I'm like, you have enough food there for like 100 people, and it's all like there's like little baggies full of white powder. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's coffee creamer. And then they check in, and it's coffee creamer. You're bringing a little bag of coffee creamer, a little bag of sugar, a little bag of cinnamon. Like, what are you people? What are you people doing? You go to a foreign country, just eat whatever the food is there. And when they're crossing over from Mexico into Texas, every episode there's somebody who has like 10 coolers on the back of their beat up pickup truck. You know, it's three-toned rust is one of the colors of the truck. And they open it up and there are hacked up chicken parts, not on ice or anything, with flies buzzing around. And whoa, where are you going? Oh, we're going to, Chicago or something. It's like you're gonna travel for like 2 straight days with it's 90 degrees out and all this chicken is rotting on the back of your truck. Yeah, yeah, that's what they're doing. And it's not even like they're smuggling drugs inside the chicken or anything. They're legitimately. I'm thinking you could probably. I'm guessing you could probably buy chicken in Chicago. I haven't been to Chicago in a while. But I do remember going to Chicago one time, and I do remember being able to get a chicken sandwich. If I remember correctly, it was Chicago. Love those shows. Why's my teeth whistling? So anyway, so there we are. Here we are in life right now. Sunday I will be back. Probably I will be on unless I'm just like not in the mood to do it. Sometimes like I'll just write. Like I'll sit in here and I'll write a few lines and then I'll play Minecraft for 10 minutes until the day changes and then I'll pause it and then I'll write 3-4 lines. So nobody wants to see all that. Excuse me. Whoa, that was chicken teriyaki in the air fryer for lunch today. I'm gonna be honest with you, pretty good. My wife likes to find stuff that has air fryer directions on the packaging. Stuff she thinks I would eat. She's like, you know what, you would probably eat this. She was right, I did. I ate it. It was good. They give you like the little frozen packet of sauce, and then you gotta keep running hot water over it until it thaws. And always the problem is then I squeeze it like this because there's always chunks of ice in the very middle, and then it might be nice and warm, but you pour that on your chicken teriyaki, cut up chicken and vegetables, and then you get an ice cube in the middle of it. Not good. But I break it all up real nice and overheated. That stuff is hot. 12 minutes in the microwave total. After 6 minutes, you just shake it. You just shake it and it just moves the chicken and stuff around. It was delicious. So I'm going to need another one of those. All my friends from New Jersey all went and saw Pantera, apparently, the other night. Half of them raved about how great it was. The other half said, yeah, that wasn't Pantera. Speaking of bands that we all love, Chad Lusky, did you see that Twisted Sister is touring for their 50th anniversary? Except when you look at it, it's Dee Snider and the one dude who owns Twisted Sister. And then everybody else is just hired hands. Because of course the drummer is dead. I mean, he was dead a while ago. So I'm like, oh, so they're doing like it's like Pantera. It's like two guys in the band. I did see that. I thought Snyder said that it never happened. He said that a million times until he probably realized I am making absolutely no money and nobody is interested in me right now. And a promoter has offered us a lot of money for the 50th anniversary. So why not? Let's just get out there and do it. We're not getting any younger, and I need the money. Kudos to them, though. I can't think of any other band who milked 2 songs more than that band, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. Their first 2 albums, phenomenal. Under the Blade and you Can't Stop Rock and Roll. To me, this is just me. Perfect albums. Absolutely love them. And then Stay Hungry and past that, they got a couple of really good songs on there. And I'm not talking about the MTV bullshit hits. I'm talking about deeper cuts on those albums are actually very good. And they're heavy, a lot heavier than We're Not Gonna Take It in that other song. But yeah, yeah. A lot of catchy stuff on those on some of those. Like The Price. That's a great song. You know what? That's a great song. I think there was a video for it, but I don't think it was as cheesy as all the other ones. Or their horror things. They did have a cameo in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Yes, they did. And they are, you know what, for the time, they were everywhere, and you know what? Good for them. They knew this was not going to last. Let's soak it for every friggin' nickel and dime we can get out of it. Good for them. Except they probably all didn't realize, hey, we're going to live into our hundreds, so we probably need more money. All very interesting. You know, good, good for them. I mean, I know back in the day, I know D. Snyder owned a couple of, I think he owned a couple of gas stations and car washes on Long Island or something. Who knows if he still has those? Just a lot of stuff. But I mean, I'm not gonna go see him. I'm not gonna go see any band. I think at this point. What is this now? So there you go. Long Island, like Billy Joel. Yes, they're both from Long Island. And I'm just gonna say this: a few other people are also from Long Island throughout time. Isn't Jerry Seinfeld from Long Island? There's 3 people. At least 3 people were born on Long Island. It's all one word. Long Island. Good times. Good times. All right. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to go read cleanse my palate. My palate. My palate. Read another chapter of this REM book. Then I'm going to jump right back in. So, Tom, I will get this chapter done at some point. I'm already on the second page of the 2.5 pages, so I'm doing well. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Have a great weekend. I will be on Sunday if you're going to be around. If not, Monday the 15th, we're going to do this. Also, remind everybody, tomorrow, Saturday the 13th, the Zombie Flesh Cult book is out. Me, Lucas Milliron, Kenzie Jennings, and K. Trap Jones. Extreme zombie novellas. Which I swear I would never write. I'm like D. Snyder. I swear I would never write extreme horror anymore. And I swear I would never write another zombie thing. And here I am. 50th anniversary Twisted Sister tour in it. All right, everybody. You have a good one. I will see you soon.